Today, I want to talk about the hidden addiction that keeps you from receiving more money. I don't think that most women have a manifestation problem. I think that you have an earning problem. What do I mean by that? You've become good at making things happen through effort, through sacrifice, through overgiving, overthinking, overworking, holding everything together that you don't even realize how to receive. And here's the scary part. If receiving feels unsafe, you will consciously or unconsciously choose hard work over ease every single time. And who wants to have more money if it means that you're going to end up even more burnt out, even more exhausted and drained? It just becomes not even worth it. So why would you want to receive more? You wouldn't. I realized this about myself a few years ago, and it took me time. It took me time to get to the place where I allowed myself to believe that something different was possible. So I've built businesses, I've made money, I've gone through it in my personal life, I've raised kids, I've figured it out, right? Like everything that I've needed to make happen, I've made happen. And it almost becomes like a badge of honor of like, I'm worthy because I make things happen. I'm worthy because I'm the one that people look to for answers. I'm capable. I'm, what's the word? Predictable. To go from that to receiving quite literally effortlessly feels like such a big jump, but truly it's not. And it took me time to get there because I'm meant to be teaching this. It's one of those things where we're conditioned to believe that strength comes from self-sacrifice, especially as women. And I want to challenge that. I want to help you see that underneath being successful, being worthy by force, there's unconscious beliefs, there's unconscious ways of being that inhibit exponential growth. For me personally, there was this belief that if something good is going to happen, I'm the one that made it happen. It wasn't done for me. Shifting into I can receive just because I desire something and I receive it without the exhaustion, without the complete nervous system blowout. When you have built a lifetime of survival, suffering, struggling can feel safe. Receiving is not just about receiving money. Receiving can be receiving compliments, receiving help, receiving support. If somebody were to help me, I would be like, no, I've got it. I'm fine. I'm good. Right? That belief, that insistence on struggling through means that you're capping your potential. You're capping the amount that you actually can create in your life because it's like that belief, that way of being, that survival will get you results. However, it's like you hit a wall. For me personally, and I see this in my clients too, it's like this nagging feeling of like, okay, I know how to manifest. I can create money. I can create, but I'm burnt out. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overstimulated. I'm all of these things, right? So like, I don't really want more because I don't want more responsibility. That was a huge one for me. I don't want more responsibility. I don't want more things that I have to keep track of. I'm like working with clients and they're telling me, "Yeah, of course I want more money. Why am I not receiving more?" And it's like, "Okay, you are unconsciously thinking, what do I need to do to earn more money? What do I need to do? How do I need to hustle harder? How do I need to maybe work more hours? Do I need to, one example that I love is I had a client and she was offered a promotion and she was like, if I want more money, then I need to take this promotion. That is a limited view. That is a limited way to see yourself receiving more money. But that's what we go to, right? Because that's, for one, that's how we're conditioned to believe that the way that the world works. But the other is you're not open to receiving without you having to prove that you're worthy, without you having to earn it. This is true in love, where it's like, if somebody gives you a compliment, do you receive it? If somebody loves you, like, do you wonder what the catch is? Do you wonder, I hear this a lot, like, I get this feeling that the other shoe is about to drop. And it's like, without going into too much of that, it's like that can be a self-fulfilling prophecy, but it's like, can you receive what it is that you actually think that you want or what you have decided that you want? In my system, when this was happening for me, it felt like, what am I not seeing? What am I missing? Like, what is it? Because I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm showing up as if I'm journaling and I'm doing everything quote unquote right, and I can only receive up to this amount, or I can only attract potential partners that aren't quite what I want out of a relationship, right? It's like all of these things. It just felt like there's something invisible that I couldn't quite move through and I couldn't see it. And it was so incredibly frustrating. And what it was, I don't want a partner if it's going to mean that they're looking for a mom, right? Like, I don't want more money if it means that I'm going to have to work 100 hours a week. Like, I was burnt out. I was tired. I couldn't make myself want more and receive more because I knew all of the strings that were attached with it. And when you can't see that for yourself, it is so incredibly frustrating, but it's easy to fix. It's easy to fix once you start to have the awareness of the unconscious thoughts that you are having, the resistance that you are having, and then knowing how to switch it, how to switch into actually truly receiving and building safety in receiving in a way that allows you to blossom, that allows you to feel fulfilled, that allows you to feel alive, then it's like, oh, okay, like, yeah, if I'm going to receive random checks in the mail, fuck yeah, sign me up, right? If I am going to receive more money by working 50 hours overtime, hell no, I'm not doing that, right? So it's like, part of it too is, can you allow yourself to see yourself as limitless? Can you allow yourself to see, I call it magic, but it's not really magic. It's just the unseen, right? For me, I say I'm open and willing to be surprised, right? Like, to me, it feels like magic. I know it's not actually magic, but I'm just like, yeah, I don't care how money flows to me. I don't care if it's through clients. Of course, I want clients and I want to help people. But like, if it's going to be random checks, which I did just receive a random check because that's my favorite thing, because it's so surprising and it's so outdated. Like, who sends checks, right? But of course, like, that is fun. Of course, I would want to receive more that way. Of course, I would want to rest knowing that I am supported and taken care of. I'm thinking back to previous versions of me, and she would have been like, that's not even possible, which was part of the problem, right? You are not even bad at manifestation. You've outgrown ordinary manifestation principles. People think that manifestation is about becoming better at creating. And what I just heard, like, perfectionism, right? It's like, if I do this perfectly, then I will receive. If I learn how to do manifestation, if I learn how to do the thing, it will be easy. It'll just happen. If you don't know how to receive, if you in your system do not have safety around receiving more by doing less, you will unconsciously delay the thing that you're asking for. And it has nothing to do with worth. It has nothing to do with deserving. It is your identity will only recognize effort until you shift. Until you shift into the version of you that gets whatever the heck you want. Can't believe I just said heck. Um, the version of you that gets whatever the hell you want with ease, with simplicity, with joy and fulfillment and aliveness. The shift is stop asking, how do I make this happen? And start asking yourself, can I actually let this happen? Can I allow myself to receive this? Can I trust? Right? Like self-trust is a big piece of it. Can I trust? Because it's not trusting that the money will come. It is not trusting that your person will show up. It's trusting in myself to be able to handle whatever comes my way. I can handle receiving a surprise check. I can also handle receiving a bill because I know that that means nothing about who I am or what I get to have. Here's something that I'd like you to do. For the next few days, notice every time someone offers you something, a compliment, help, an opportunity, money, support, love. Notice what your first reaction is. Do you receive it? Or do you immediately turn it back into something you have to earn? For example, somebody offers you a compliment and you're like, no, no, receive it. This was one of the first things that I did when I really started to open up to receiving is somebody would compliment me and I wouldn't immediately be like, no, and like receive it. And it's hella uncomfortable. And that's the point. Like this is where you can shift. This is the easiest step to see where you are so that way you can actually build from it and become the version of you that gets what you want with ease. And why do we want to receive with ease? Because then you can receive more and it actually feels really good instead of feeling exhausting, absolutely exhausting. You're not addicted to working hard, you're addicted to earning. Creating the life that you want through force has worked in the past, and now it's time to shift into receiving, leaning back, allowing. And this doesn't mean that you don't then do things. Of course, you do things, but it's not creating from a place of outward force. It comes from receiving through your intuition, receiving through your internal desires, receiving, noticing the things, the opportunities, I don't like that word. I need a different word. Receiving the magic as, noticing the magic as it comes into your space. I'm hearing like questions that they want me to answer. If you are somebody that considers yourself to be successful, you have a lot of positive things, and you're still feeling like dread, overwhelm, exhaustion, burnt out, start to ask yourself what it would be like to let that go. And you don't have to do this work on your own. You don't have to figure this out. It is so much easier to move through this, to shift from forcing, overworking, overgiving, overcommitting, having too many responsibilities, and going into allowing, showing up where necessary, and knowing when that is, allowing others to take responsibilities for themselves. They want me to say, like, allowing the universe to deliver. Like, you don't have to show up 100%. Like, let the universe meet you, let God meet you, let your reality meet you. Right? Let your future self meet you. You don't have to figure it all out on your own. This is the work that we do in my world. And if you are looking for this type of support, I would love for you to send me a DM, the word ready, and we can discuss to see what type of container would work for you. And I will see you in the next video.